Welcome back. You're watching the Property Guide on ET Now. Thank you for staying with us. Both Pranay Vakil and Jayashree Kurup are with us as well. We're going to try and answer as many questions as we can on this show. Our email ID is at the bottom of your screen. If you have any questions, feel free to write to us. Well, we have a question from Ariko who's written in. He wants to buy an apartment in Chennai. He's an NRI with a budget of 60 lakh rupees. He's narrowed down his choices to the Allianz Orchid Springs, Purva Swan Lake and Arun Excelio. Now, he wants to know which of these locations will give him steady rental returns and a good resale value. Jayashree, which location would you give a tick mark to?
I would say that he can get, these are all properties where he should be able to get a good rental return. I would put my bet on the GST road. He should be able to get a good rental return there. But Purva Swan Lake and Alliance Orchid, once it's completed, I think he should be able to get. These are all, he's actually done his homework, and these are places where he can get a good rental return.
All right, so Jayashree is approving all of those choices. Let's take another question. Dr. A. Harish has written in. Now, he's an NRI. He wants to buy a 3 or 4 bedroom apartment in Pune with a budget of 80 lakh rupees. Please give him some options. Now, before we went into break, you talked to us about how you think Pune will do better than Indore. Someone who's looking to buy in Pune, an NRI, so he obviously will want something that's solid because he can't keep coming down to manage it. What would you like him to focus on?
Well, Pune, to my mind, is a very peculiar market. The distinction or the difference in pricing between a brand new product and a slightly 2-3-year-old product is so big that it always makes sense to go in the secondary market and buy. Let me give you an example.
Is that because the architecture is so different on the new products in Pune right now?
No, I mean, it is something which I've not been able to understand fully, but let me tell you that, take North Main Road, for example. If you were to buy a brand new product over there, maybe it will cost you between 10 and 15,000, depending upon the developer. On the same street, on the same road, if you were to buy a property in the secondary market, sometimes in the same building, or sometimes in a building which might be 5, 10, 15 years old, you might get it for 50% less. So I would recommend to the NRI that do your homework a little more. Try and identify a property in the secondary market.
So do your research if you're an NRI. I'm going to take one more question. Swapnil has written in. He wants to invest in an apartment in Bangalore with a rate of 3,500 to 4,500 rupees a square foot, investment horizon of 5 to 7 years. Such a typical investor, has not specified how many bedrooms, has not specified location. He only knows he wants to stay invested for 5 years. In Bangalore, at that rate, what area should he focus on?
I would depend on a developer that you can trust the most. I'm not saying others you can't trust, but because of my connection with Godrej, I would recommend that book an apartment, even under construction, with Godrej Properties on the road going to the new airport. And it has appreciated in the past, it will continue to appreciate, and it's one location which I would go out of the way to recommend.
All right, so for those of our viewers who are wondering about that connection, Pranay is on the board of the Godrej Properties company, which is not the only reason why you're recommending it, I hope not. Jayashree, do you agree with that area on the route to the new airport in Bangalore? Is that the best option at that rate? Would you like to give him one other option perhaps?
I would say that I would go with 2 locations. One is that I see in Electronic City, there's a lot of options that are coming up. Do check out Electronic City. Some of the properties are good. Do check out the background of the developers. Also, when you're looking at the airport road, you would see, North Bangalore has a lot of options, and there are good developers coming up, very unique projects. If you look at something like Bharatiya City, you see that it is completely design-led living. It is a Thani Sandra road. If you look at, most of the big developers, Prestige, Puruvankara, they are all in North Bangalore, and North Bangalore has a few problems, so you must be careful. There should be water. You must know that where the water is coming from. But otherwise, I would say that look at North Bangalore. There are a lot of options, and look at Electronic City. I see a lot of options within this budget.
All right, 2 options there if you're looking to buy in Bangalore. North Bangalore near the new airport, and of course Electronic City. That unfortunately brings me to the end of the show. Pranay, thank you so much for spending time with us this week. Jayashree, I look forward to seeing you again next week. If you have a question for either of them, send it to us. Our email ID is at the bottom of your screen. You can reach me personally on Twitter. Thanks so much for watching.